right where you're going to sit, so...
No, we flipped already.
He won the flip again with the same coin he used the last time, is the way he put it.
So you don't trust him?
Well,
you two of you are such children. All right, I'm going to sit in the middle.
I won the flip already, Joan.
Move over. Too late. I'll sit in the middle.
Okay, fabulous.
This way you're both happy.
So I get on the couch with Joan.
You get on the couch with Joan. Okay? There we go. I won the flip. You won the flip. Now, first of all, let's get right to it. What now is the one movie you're both fighting over?
That we disagree on. Probably Blue Velvet is one we disagree on.
Yeah, I liked Blue Velvet. I thought it was like a film like Psycho, which starts you out in one direction and then takes you into a very dangerous territory and then brings you back home safely. And I liked it a lot. I thought it was a terrific thriller and a nicely well-made film.
And what about you?
I thought what that guy did to Isabella Rossellini was unforgivable.
What did he do?
Totally undressed, kinky sex, all these things going on behind closed doors. You wouldn't believe it. At one point, she's running around naked on the lawn of somebody's house.
But Roger, I mean, Isabella Rossellini is now alive and well and living in New York. Nothing hurt her. I mean, the movies aren't real, Rod.
Her psyche may be permanently damaged. We don't know about that.
Well, you call her. I doubt it if it is.
How
It would be
many...
interesting to call Isabella Rossellini and ask her how her psyche
Do you have a phone number?
Because we know that everything else is okay.
If you got a phone number, we can give her a free... So you're singing, you can say that, he can't.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Now, how many movies do you see a week, the two of you?
5 or 6.
About 5 or 6.
All right.
Unless a film festival, and you'll see 8, 9, 10.
What
12.
would you pay? What would you go out and pay hard money to see? $5.50 right out of your pocket. And
Right now, around midnight, Dexter Gordon, American Jazz Music.
Okay, what about you?
That hasn't opened yet, but I would say of a film that's opened right now, I would say, oh, actually it has opened in New York City, that's right. In fact, I saw it in New York City, and I paid $6 for it.
What?
Around midnight. It's a good film.
See, but what would you pay $6 not to see?
Oh.
Not to see.
I'll pay $600,000 for them not to make another Cannonball Run picture. How's that?
Oh.
You know
Can
what,
I
they
have
might
a dollar to start that fund? Yeah. What about you?
People could send in donations. Friday the 13th movies.
I
The
love
same formula. Dead teenager movies. At the beginning of the movie, there are a lot of living teenagers. At the end of the movie, they're all dead. That's the formula.
I think the Cannonball Run
And a guy
movies
in a
are...
hockey mask is the hero.
I think the Cannonball Run movies are worse because they're made by adults for adults. And the Friday the 13th pictures are made by adults for kids. And I think that the Cannonball Run movies are the biggest lie of all.
Oh, I don't know. I think taking advantage of those poor, hopeless kids is even worse.
Now, Academy Awards are coming up.
Yeah.
Who do you think shouldn't bother to buy a dress?
William Hurt, he already has one from Fifth of the Firewoman.
Who else?
Dustin Hoffman can go as Tootsie. I don't know who else shouldn't.
Who do you think is the worst
Oh,
woman's
that probably
performance?
isn't going to be nominated for an Oscar.
Yeah.
Now, that's cruel. Even before they haven't been nominated, you want us to say that they shouldn't be.
Well,
No,
you
no.
guys we all watch.
I'll tell you who I don't think will be, who normally is. Meryl Streep for Heartburn.
No, that's probably true.
And you think she shouldn't be?
I wouldn't vote for her, but again, I think it was the role that hurt her rather than her performance. She's a superb actress, but the role was so underwritten that I think she won't be nominated. And it'll be a sort of a record for her not being nominated.
Who would it kill you to see get nominated?
Farrah Fawcett for Extremities.
You didn't like
Oh, now that's a good point, because she might get nominated. There's a big campaign as to how noble and how brave she was to make that picture, and I agree with Gene that, and I don't hold it against Farrah Fawcett. I mean, I think she did as best she could, given real... What are you looking at me like that?
Because I don't, and I'm waiting for you to stop it so I can say so.
You think she could do better, in other words, right?
Yes, I think she could have, while on the set of making this picture about a woman who is raped, I think she could have almost terrorized and all that. She could have decided, I will not wear a black camisole throughout the whole film and titillate the audience. She could have made that decision, because that was a decision, I think, made on the part of the filmmakers to keep the audience titillated in a film that is supposedly against that kind of activity.
I'll tell you who definitely won't be nominated and should be, and that's a young British actor named Gary Oldham, who plays Sid Vicious, the punk rocker, in Sid and Nancy, and he's going to fall prey to the star 80 syndrome, which is why Eric Roberts wasn't nominated. Hollywood will not nominate an actor for portraying a creep, no matter how good the performance
And he was
is.
wonderful in Star 80.
Yes, he was. He
Wonderful
should have been
in Star-
nominated
yes,
that year.
Yes, yes.
I think instead one of the kids was nominated, Henry Thomas, or
Now,
one of the, they all have two first names at that
two of you
age.
always argue. You're very calm tonight.
Henry Thomas was in Star 80?
Well, no, at the year that Star 80 came out, it was either the kid from, I don't know, from E.T. or from Kramer versus Kramer, Justin Henry.
Yeah.
They all have two first names.
Yeah, which is cute.
Yeah, but I mean,
Anchorman.
Justin Henry was cute, but he played a little kid, you know. I mean, it wasn't like he was at the top of his career and had been working hard to make a great performance like Eric Roberts did, but he was such a creep, he didn't get nominated, neither will Gary Oldham.
And people, you know, Woody Allen doesn't get nominated enough as an actor.
Woody Allen should get nominated for everything. For everything.
I think a lot
Hannah-
of nominations this year.
I think Hannah and her sisters nominate the whole cast.
The best. The best movie I saw this year.
Probably
One of the
so.
best. I've only seen one, but I really enjoyed it.
Now, the problem there is, it came out in February, I believe. His tends to have his pictures come out early in the year. And people forget. Most Oscar winners come out later in the year. October is a great month for Oscar winners if you do some research in recent
Yeah, if you
years.
look around right now, you got Peggy Sue Got Married, Children of a Lesser God, maybe around midnight. Those are all September, October pictures, and they'll probably get nominations and maybe even deserve them. But October is your official Oscar winner month.
Anybody, because the two, there's such power now, because people really, oh, you do, you know, we really watch you and listen to what you say. Does anyone try to bribe you?
No.
Oh, come on. Starlet's coming in over the transom. You know, you can tell me. A $5,000 bill slipped to you. Hi, good to see you, by the producer.
I don't think they make bills in that denomination, do
I've
they?
never seen one, but you don't.
It's an interesting concept.
A nice wristwatch given to you.
Look
Obviously.
at this. It's a $13.95. It's made in, I don't even think it's made in Japan.
It
It
says-
was imported to Japan from someplace.
How about a corned beef sandwich?
Nobody's ever tried to bribe you?
Absolutely not. That's a big
No.
lie. Because they know that they've got another film coming around. I mean, you know, the business does not work that way. The only bribe is, sometimes they'll say, would you like to interview so-and-so? And if you like the picture, that's the leverage they'll play. That game is played with journalists a lot. And so you'll sometimes see, and it happens even in the news magazines, where you'll see sort of a mixed review, and you'll see the cover story on the person. You see that game? You know, you can make...
So who have you ever said I don't want to interview?
After I saw the picture?
Yeah.
Burt Reynolds. After I was offered that on a picture, and it had nothing to do with Burt Reynolds. I didn't care for the film, and so I said no.
I'll tell you somebody who has a lot of character, Martin Scorsese, who made The Color of Money. It does not have, the new Paul Newman picture?
Yes.
Does not happen to be a picture that I think is among his best work. And nevertheless, he talked to me anyway. He said, oh, I want to talk to, you know, okay, you didn't like it. That's okay. We can talk about that.
But I think they can
And
charm
that takes a lot of character to do that, instead of saying, I won't talk to you unless you love my movie.
Yeah. Well, I would say that.
You would?
I'm a very bitter
But
person.
John, you talked to me about Rabbit Test.
But you loved
Which
it,
was-
remember?
I
Now,
didn't either.
oh,
I
yes,
thought-
you did.
oh, no.
Oh, go to hell.
I've been wanting to say that for years.
You didn't like Rabbit Test?
I hated Rabbit
You
Test.
can both go to hell.
Let's go to hell. Let's go to hell.
Oh, there was a lot of good stuff in Rabbit Test.
Where?
Well, you
There
have
were a
brought
lot
us
of
together.
funny
We now have
things in
found something we
Rabbit
can agree on. Isn't that nice?
Name one joke in Rabbit Test that was
When
funny.
all right, listen to me, audience. Imogene Coca brought out food for the family, and right before she served it, she sprayed it with Lysol. Now that's a funny gag.
Oh, yeah. The applause sign went on.
Why did she
That's not
spray it
funny.
with Lysol?
Because that's funny.
It is?
You honestly think that's
You know,
funny?
when they were doing
I
it
did
backstage
that.
in the green room, I wasn't laughing. You know, they're
Now,
still doing it.
Let me ask you. Sit down. Sit down with you. Please sit down because you're my guest.